Hello and welcome to the Westveil Archives. My name is Jenna. I'm an author-illustrator from Newfoundland, Canada, and this is my AuthorTube and BookTube channel. I do also have an art channel if you're interested in that kind of thing. It's called Jenna Gets Creative. It will be linked and you can go check it out. Today I am doing the reading habits tag, and I don't know who it's by. If I find out by the time I post it, I will credit them in the description down below. Number one, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Technically, no. Growing up, I always used to like to read in my room, particularly on my bed, but of course now that I'm married, there's somebody else in the bed, may not appreciate the light to read with. I typically read on the couch. Number two, bookmark or random piece of paper. Bookmark. I love my bookmarks. I am the type of person who will go and spend probably more than the piece of paper's worth for the bookmark with my favorite characters on it. I haven't in a long time because I have managed to keep a hold of my favorite bookmarks. This is my absolute favorite bookmark. This is Captain Jack Sparrow, and the tassel looks like his decorative hairpiece. I also have a Lord of the Rings Coronation of the King scene with Aragorn, and it had a replica of the One Ring on it. I took it off to use as part of a ring wraith costume, and I don't know what happened to it. I kind of wish I could put it back on the bookmark, but I don't have it anymore. Number three, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or after a certain number of pages? I can stop reading at any time. I often don't stop at the end of a chapter, but if I tell you I'm going to stay up to read just one more chapter, I'm staying up for 2 or 3 hours, let's be honest, and again, I'm probably not going to put the book down at the end of a chapter. I'm going to put the book down when I'm tired. 4. Do you eat or drink while reading? Yes, quite often. I like to have my snacks and my hot chocolate or tea or whatever while I'm reading. I don't have to, but I'm certainly not somebody who's afraid to get the book dirty, unless it's one I'm borrowing. 5. Multitasking. Music or TV while reading? Question mark. I will put music on while I'm reading, mostly to drown out more annoying noises or to just have some white noise in the background. I don't put TV on because I'll get distracted by the story that's happening on the screen and I'm trying to read the story in the book. 6. One book at a time or several at once? Several at once. I used to be a one book at a time kind of girl. These days I will read more than one, but oddly enough, only one per format. So if I've got a physical copybook I'm reading, I'm gonna try not to have two, but I may also be reading an ebook, and I may also be listening to an audiobook. 7. Reading at home or everywhere? Everywhere. Anywhere's a good place to read, and if I'm going somewhere and I think I might get bored, I'm gonna have a book with me. 8. Reading out loud or silently in your head? Unless I'm reading to somebody, silently in my head. I was always taught that reading is a quiet activity, and I like the fact that I don't have to share the experience of the book with everybody else. Plus I get really thirsty when I talk a lot, so why would I read out loud when I don't have to? 9. Do you read ahead or skip pages? I'm not sure what they mean by reading ahead. That makes me think of like reading in school, where if you're a keener, you might read more chapters than you were supposed to for homework of that week, and then you know more than you were supposed to, or you're ahead of your classmates. I was definitely guilty of that if I enjoyed the book we were reading for homework, but I don't think that's what the tag creator meant. I think they mean skipping ahead in the book to find out what's happening, and that would definitely go with the or there, skipping sections of the book. If it's not interesting, I will skip. If there's a point of view break that I don't like, I will skip until I get back to the point of view I liked. This was my problem with A Song of Ice and Fire. I started just looking for the characters I enjoyed reading from, and I realized that I was skipping too much, so I just stopped reading. I really liked Tyrion and Arya in particular. This is also true for Lord of the Rings, actually. Every time I read through the trilogy, I skip Treebeard. That chapter is so long, and it's so boring. Some people really like that chapter, and I don't understand. The first time I read the trilogy, I read that chapter, I slogged through it, and every reading since, I have skipped that chapter. I just find it way too boring. I also refuse to read songs and poems that are slotted into the middle of fantasy books. If it was important, bits and pieces will come up later and then I'll go back and actually read it, but most of the time, it's not that important. I don't read the lyrics. 10. Breaking the spine or keeping it like new. I appreciate the look of a nice, clean, unbroken spine. I would much rather be able to hold the book one-handed while I'm not turning a page, and usually that necessitates eventually breaking the spine. Final question 11. Do you write in your books? Sometimes. When I was a student, I would definitely write in the books I had to read because I would just put my notes directly in the book. When I was a teenager, I was a big fan of reading with a red pen so I could catch all of the editing errors. These days, not so much. Let me know if you have significantly different answers to what I said in the comments down below, and let me know if there are any other booktube tags you really want to see me do. Alternate outro, because my schedule is slightly different from back when I filmed this video. I upload every Saturday, and then some weeks I have bonuses. I used to say Monday. I'm terrible at remembering Monday. Bonuses are whenever they happen. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, check out my other channel, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys!